3 league wins in a row now for Mikel Arteta's Arsenal, who've gone 4 points clear at the top of the table as a result. They've beaten Wolves 2-1, Saka with the first after 6 minutes, before Martin Ødegaard finished off a fine team move as Arsenal remain unbeaten at the Emirates this season. We saw two sides to Arsenal's game, did we not, Ian? Dominant first and backs to the wall in some respects.
Yeah, look, I think second half, it's fair to say, it's a bit back to the wall, but I thought work was done in the first half. It was a little bit worrying to see it drop off a little bit in the second half. You know, I don't know if it's nerves or what it could have been, but I think Wolves maybe just got a little bit more initiative about them, tried to go at us and put us under pressure. And you saw there at the death there, you know, to put us under pressure in the box, and Zinchenko doesn't quite clear his lines, and that was enough to give us that little bit of a problem towards the end of the game.
What happened to Arsenal in that second half? Were they a bit sloppy for you?
No, I think when you're comfortable, because that's how it seemed, you know, until the latter stages of the game, you just feel like you can knock the ball around. You don't need to go in search of that third goal, so the tempo just drops a bit because you feel in control of the game. And if you see the game out at that point, then it's absolutely no problem. The moment you concede, yes, there was a lapse in concentration from Zinchenko. The moment you concede, it's so difficult to then get your speed back up and to get the pace of the play that they had in the first half back up to the tempo. Yeah. And Wolves nearly took advantage of that.
6 minutes in, it was the perfect start, right? I mean, we saw Arsenal firing on all cylinders in midweek, and it felt like it was going to be one of those afternoons at the Emirates again. Yeah,
it was. They started brilliantly. Like I say, I thought Wolves in the start of this half, just 5-6 minutes in, and you know, they were tight there. I think they were very unlucky. You know, it was good skill from Arsenal, and that's what they've done. There's the luck there with Dawson, and then bam, you get the goal, and then that's when you start to cruise. Perfect start.
Yeah, brilliant. The speed of their attacks. We thought the fact that, you see the back five of Wolves there and the midfield three, you thought that they'd be able to just nullify Arsenal in the early part of the game. But if you've got really clever players and you've got real quality, they can find those moments. They can find those gaps. And that was Xhaka and Jesus primarily, just linking up in those tight areas. I mean, Wolves have got 5v2 pretty much in those areas, but they can manipulate the ball so well that they'll create opportunities in the penalty area.
Saka's having one of those seasons where you're expecting almost a goal or an assist from him most games.
That's the levels he's got to now. He is a goal or an assist, and what it is again, when it gets tight in the game, he is somebody that can, in the moment, you know, you might be able to mark him for a while, but then if he gets that moment, he's now got the quality and the awareness of picking that player out, and that's what he does. He's either scoring or he's picking someone out.
With the experience he's gained now, I mean, he's still, what, 22 years of age? And wow, I mean, with the experience he's got, he's now making the correct decision 9 times out of 10, which is crucial. Yeah. Everybody comes through with ability. It's what you can manage to do with it. His decision-making is fantastic, and that's why you see an end product in the crucial moments. Yeah. He's making the right decisions.
How impressed were you with Arsenal's second goal?
Well, it was brilliant. It was a brilliant team goal. You know, using the whole pitch, stretching a back five, you know, of that Wolves offered, then they just literally couldn't cope. The midfield three of Wolves was stretched, and they just, you know, the speed and tempo, that pass, that play, the running off the ball, the knowing instinctively where your teammate's going to be. It's great to see.
It's beautiful. It's because once this ball goes in, you can see the three midfielders, and none of them are really doing anything. They're not really picking anyone up. But this is where it gets quick. Bang, bang. This is the quality. This is how you move teams around. And then if people ain't tight enough, they'll punish them. And that is what Arsenal can do.
Yeah, he couldn't have put his hand up any higher there, Ødegaard. The real stretch. He knew he was in space, and he knew he was in the perfect position.
One easy finish as well. It bobbed into him a bit. He's such a quality player. He's going to deal with that, no problem.
Yeah. Do you think he's turned a corner a little bit in the last few games, Ødegaard?
No, I think that what's happened is that teams are rightly targeting him because of how good he is for us, how integral he is to everything what we're doing, passing through the lines, you know, and keeping it moving for us. And teams are making sure that they're getting someone close to him or doubling up on him, because what he's shown, and he's shown it recently, is if he's got time and space, he will hurt you. Yeah.
In the second half, Wolves did change their shape. They went from a back five to a back four on the hour mark. They seemed a lot more dangerous as a result. And, of course, there was suddenly some jeopardy in this, as far as Arsenal were concerned, when Cunha made it 2-1 on 86 minutes.
Yeah, it's just a bit of pressure. I mean, it came really late in the game, but they just didn't give up. I mean, I just said that getting men forward. And the moment that Zinchenko took that touch, Wolves felt there was an opportunity there. Semedo came in, they got players round. Look, here you go, bang, Semedo's in. Suddenly the ball fell to the perfect person, as far as Wolves concerned in that area. Just let it run across his body and hit it brilliantly, didn't he?
Yeah, it was a good finish. You have to give him that. I think the worry was seeing Arsenal just dropping deeper and deeper. Don't know if it's anything to do with the substitutions, Saka and Ødegaard going off, but we did feel like we dropped a bit deeper, lost a little bit of control. That's where Wolves kind of pushed up on us, and that's when they forced a mistake.
Let's get some post-match reaction to Arsenal's 2-1 win over Wolves. Let's get the post-match thoughts of Martin Ødegaard, who is their club captain.
Martin, congratulations for the win. It was a dominant performance for most of the match, but why do you feel in these final moments of the game that Wolves might have scored a second, might have picked up a point here?
To be honest, in the end, when they scored the first one, it's always a bit, what can I say, always a bit nervous for the second, but I think we did well after the goal. As you say, I think we controlled everything most of the game, but of course we let them into the game with the goal, so that's a bit frustrating, but in the end it's a win and a well-deserved one, so we have to take that and move on to the next.
Two really nice goals from Arsenal, a really nice goal from you, a nice team goal as well. So how do you feel about it?
Yeah, it was really good. I think the build-up to the goal was amazing, and the pass from Sinna was perfect, and I just have to be in the right areas and then put it in the goal there, so but it was a beautiful one from the whole team.
And the best way to start December, because there's so many games to come, right?
Yes, and it's one of those periods in the calendar where you really want to try and get some wins under your belt, because it can give you a massive boost. You can like amass a load of points in such a short space of time. But like for Arsenal, I'm sure City are the same, and anybody who's trying to go for the title, Liverpool, you have to win these games, especially the home games. So yes, of course, it was a little bit nervy at the end, but the main thing is that they won it.
Okay. And so from a big game at the top of the table to a pivotal one, to at the other end